Well, that is all right, so that we will continue with the next sessions and that we're not delayed any further. So 5 minutes and you'll hear a bell. That bell means that it's time for you to come back inside. Thank you very much indeed for your kind cooperation.
Important role in driving value creation through design in Hong Kong. And to my extreme left, I'm very pleased to have Mr. Wiwat Hirunpruk, Director of Business Development, Thailand, Textile Institution. He also manages the Fashion and Knowledge Creation Centre and also has a foot in the education role as a professor at a university in Bangkok. So I'm delighted to have all three speakers here with me. I'm going to give them 15 minutes to put forward their individual views and perspectives, and then hopefully we can have some time for questions. So if I may start with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Lau. Good morning. It's my pleasure to be here to share my experience and idea with you. My name is Pradit from OKMD, the Office of Knowledge Management and Development. We are a government organization under Prime Minister's office. We have three affiliates that you may already know. One is the museum, the National Discovery Museum Institute. The second one is the Thailand Knowledge Park, everyone knows as the TK Park. And the last and very related to this session is the TCDC, the Thailand Creative and Design Center. So I'm going to share with you my experience both in OKMD and the experience in the businesses, the experience as a lecturer in education and also in the policy making. The topic that British Council have sent to me, that design for international market. I would like to tweak a little bit, you see from my title. I'm going to talk about design with international market instead of for international market. So your main theme is the innovation, individual and inspire. I would like to keep the single main concept that very important is the word individual. For individuals who they are going to be the tomorrow leaders, what we're going to do as the government and education, we're going to give them opportunities. And I will explain to you what kind of opportunities that we should provide to them. So let's talk first about design and creative. We always have the same old school about market segmentation by demographic segmentation, but the design that starts with consumer for consumers, the traditional way of segmentation is no longer valid to identify the unique group of preference or attitude or buying decision around the world. The market is now very fragmented, very fragmented in if you count in the certain location. But if we can combine the people globally from in the same attitude, we're going to have the accumulation of the very big buying power. So that's what I want to mention before I go to three sessions of my speech. The first part, I'm going to talk about the international context and the global interaction that really related to creative economy and design. And the second part, we're going to discuss about what kind of skill set that they need, the individual needs to cope with the changing world. And finally, I would like to share my idea to you who are from education and the government and the regulators. What is our role? What is actually our role to keep them, this individual, be more creative? There are many local areas. In Thailand, that is not a single market. from marketing point of view. Thailand itself is not a single market. In this room is not a single market. There are fragmented ideas. So when I'm talking about the localization of the idea, that means designers have to concern about the people of the certain group that share the preference and share the value. So design itself has to be universal language and also speak the local language. So how people can do this? As Kundomrit mentioned, that everyone can be as smart as him by practicing, by really do it, not by just imagine and give freedom. So we have to put the skill set to our individual, to let them think by themselves, let them be able to develop their own ideas. They have to be able to identify the problem, not waiting for the problem that we're going to give to them. So the idea of keeping customer in process, the involvement, that's communication skill, and the interdisciplinary about the product development, that's design and engineering, and the creative research and analysis. Those are the skill sets that we should provide to them. And as the government, we will not do that job. We're not going to decide for them. We are not going to give them the question, but they themselves have to raise the problem and identify the question. So that will be the innovation, individual and inspired. Thank you.
I have to thank British Council for the invite. Good morning all. In my talk, I'm going to take you through a visual journey, giving you some idea of what we do at Design Center in promoting strategic and wider use of design thinking in the society to create business goods and also advancing the well-being of our society. Now, I'm not sure whether you're ready for the talk. If you're ready for this talk, can you just raise your hands and wave? Thank you. I need this motivation particularly after an evening of good food, chit-chats, cross-cultural, and laughs and drinks, which I mean alcohol. So it helps to motivate me. Okay. We're here, talking about nurturing future leaders. And all the talks is about, enhancing the resourcefulness of our innate ability, to create and design. Embracing innovation and creativity pretty much, falls at the core of my talk today. Now, there will be lots of images, so, I just want you to grasp. The slides in the middle, the slides, is there any point here? Yeah. This slide is actually commissioned by Mercedes-Benz a few years ago, to highlight the creative power of our right brain. And that pretty much, draws, the message across that in the creative economies, we are talking about cross-disciplinary and ability to connect different disciplines and work across different people, ages, and so on and so forth. Don't you want to have more companies like Apple or Steve Jobs in your country or economies? Won't you want to have more substantial, strategically commissioned project? This one is commissioned by the City of London and involving designers Thomas Hedwick, and which also happens to be the interior designer for a key shopping mall in Hong Kong. By the way, Thomas is an engineer by training. So this highlights, in the modern day of creativity, we're not just talking about the training that we are in. We're talking about our ability, to work across different horizons. Don't you want to be like Patrick Woodruff, a renowned UK lighting designer who literally is responsible for virtually all Lady Gaga rock music tours around the world. And this gentleman taught politics. Okay, so his ability, to learn and know things not just in your discipline, but also what's happening around the world the social development issues and so on and so forth. Now in Hong Kong, we talk a lot about are we ready for the creative economy, but for Design Center, obviously we are in. And we rank top 4 in the global exports of creative goods, including export and re-export. And right now it's contributing about 4% of our GDP. Now I'm not here to talk about that substance, but the few slides will show you that we have a major infrastructural project called West Kowloon Cultural District projects, and which essentially will be an art and cultural district and also a city forest right at the heart in Hong Kong. And then we have other alternative venues like the former police barrack quarters, which is going to be developed into creative quarters for designpreneurs. And then we also have another heritage site, used to be the prison, and the police station will be turned into a performing arts venue. So we have lots of many interesting developments in Hong Kong. And then we run many different programs with Ocean Park, with Disneyland, with secondary school students. And because this year Hong Kong is celebrating the 15th anniversary return to China, so we are helping the government to launch programs working with a Museum of History. So we have many programs for kids, parents, kids, design workshops, so on and so forth. Exhibitions, we run them a lot. And this year is Hong Kong Design Year, so if you go to the website, there will be a lot of programs, still a lot of programs between now and the end of the year. And design, I say, means that there will be no finale at the end of this year. We'll continually to upgrade the level of appreciation, the level of understanding of design in our society. And then major programs, you can go to our website, Business of Design Week, and then we increasingly focus on design education. Like every end of June, we have a program called Knowledge of Design Week, which allow people to study more through workshops. And then the program for entrepreneurs and design awards, granting recognition to design leaders. All of them are not designers, but their business and endeavors deserve recognition because they create value not just for the company and also for the society. Okay, and then we launched an Institute of Design Knowledge, which literally goes into continuous professional development for executive. We want our future leaders to be equipped with innovation and creativity minds. Okay, so that's pretty much my talk and a snapshot of what's happening in Hong Kong. Design Center is small, and we survive, and we pledge funding from the government and the corporates through delivering a lot of programs and activities, and we need partnerships. And a few projects that I show you in the future, and we want to establish some relationship or maybe deepening our relationship with Thailand, and we also want to work across a few economies in Asia. Thank you very much. By the way, I only have some limited copies of the Creative Hong Kong scene. The copies are out there somewhere, so thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Edmund. Professor Wiwat, the stage is yours.
Good morning. Thank you, British Council, for inviting me. And let me introduce myself a little bit. My name is Wiwat, Hirunpruk. I'm working at the Thailand Textile Institute, which is like a arm of the Ministry of Industry. My colleagues or my panel has already extended so many views about creativity and value creation. But myself, as a Thailand Institute, I like to extend a little bit what we are doing and what we can be helpful to the society. Thailand Textile Institute is like a platform. In many years ago, we say our vision and mission is to promote and support. But seems like a lifestyle and the world is moving so fast. We have to really come up with the answer, because so many people are telling, what is this, what is that, what is the new trend, what is the the business in the future going to be. So we have to come up with a solution, and we have to come up with how to help people. So Thailand Textile Institute become more like a platform. So this is the picture of what we think. In order to relate my speech to the topic, we have to understand the perspective a little bit. What is Thailand is about? What is the people outside thinking about us? We have to stop being self-entertainment. We entertain ourselves. We're doing so many strategic, so many plans, but at the end of the day, sometimes it doesn't work properly because we think from inside and didn't really catch with the lifestyle or change from outside. And very last one, we do not live alone in this world. Therefore, the world, even though the world gets very smaller, we can communicate and network so quickly as a chance that we are here together today. This is part of the activities that we network through our association or our connection. We have tried to raise the hand and voice out and say, Thailand is already to serve or to be part of the creative world. And this is one of our work which is we have done. And we voice out and say, zero waste, is zero waste a future for fashion and design? So as I mentioned earlier, we have to raise our awareness. Say, stop waste. This is why creativity is important. As you look at the life cycle, some people just buy, they have only to feed, and they have 10 pairs of shoes. They're spending because they just want, but they don't have awareness where those shoes go after they don't want them, they want to throw away. It's go to the rubbish. And all those waste is a burden at the end. Therefore, I have to raise the awareness that we need to start with good design and make sense and try to stop waste together, because we all live in the same planet. We all live in the same world. We cannot really harm the environmental on one side of the world and then the other side try to save it. And I hope this could bring us to the creativity side. Okay, so this is very close to lunchtime, and it's very good pressure for me to be here and then extend some experience and then share you some point of view. And I hope you can enjoy the lunch after my speech. I also have the book which I tried to arrange. It's called Sustainable Fashion, Why Thailand. So I leave this at the desk on the way out to lunch. You are welcome to take one, and I hope there are some English and then there are some Thai. But many things inside has a lot of pictures, easy to understand. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So We've had 3 very interesting insights and perspectives on this topic. Thank you all, my distinguished members. I appreciate that we're now standing between you and your lunch, but I'm willing to take a couple of questions if we have any questions from the floor. Richard, can you say who you are, where you're from, and keep your questions short, please?
I'll do my best. Everyone knows about properly already. We were talking earlier, Mr. Hirunpruk, about the notion of antibacterial fabric. And the presentation seems to focus very much on fashion. I'm just wondering, with that antibacterial element, there must be a vast array of markets that require that special type of fabric.
Yes, indeed. The antibacterial function fabric or function yarn can be spun and then woven into socks, into other things, which is can help the people when they perspire a lot. We have one project to design the uniform of the fresh market. The people is outside, they are in outdoor, and then they sweat a lot. Sometimes the clothes that they wear smell a little bit. So we help them with putting this kind of function into their uniform, so they can wear the uniform, work with the good function to avoid the bacteria.
Thank you very much.